So rumors have been spreading about Tiger gearing up for Augusta.
Still in the field.
What we had heard from a very valid source this week was that his last decision to be made, and you talked about this, I remember you brought this up on a previous episode, was stamina-wise, walking. Could he do it? Because we know he could swing. We saw him do it at the PNC, but can he play? And a big part of that is walking. So what he was doing, he was headed to Augusta to walk 18. He's still laughing about it.
Well,
walk 18 and say.
First was the medalist with Joey.
Yes.
When Joey's in town, things are serious.
And I think the most important thing to underline there is seeing walking medalist, because he had been taking a car.
And there was video.
There was video of him swinging.
There was video of him.
But what I'm saying, what I'm honing in on is walking, because I think that he had played, in that event with his son, but remember there were carts.
Right.
And that kind of helped get it through. Now that was all the way back in November.
Right.
What really came down to was, would the leg hold up to walking? And so when you see him out there walking golf courses again, I think that's super promising.
Well, here's the good news. Medalist is no treat, man. He's walking medalist and then 2 days later going up to Augusta to walk that. He must be feeling okay. If he walked medalist and he was hurting and he's back in bed taking some painkillers, he's going to be like, guys, scratch it. We're done.
Well, yeah, I don't even know if they let him near painkillers anymore.
Tylenol. Sorry. Whatever it is to make him feel a little better.
No, what I had said in a previous, episode was, I said, if we saw what we saw out of him in November, I think you take that 6 months additional of rehab, I think he's going to be there where I think we're going to see him play.
Yeah, I think he wants to play. But these guys like him, I've heard even Freddie Couples in a recent interview saying, when are you going to hang it up? And he said, if I'm playing well, I'm never going to give it up. But if I'm playing like crap, I'm not going to show up.
Yeah.
That's Tiger's mentality. So if Tiger knows he could do it, he'll be there.
I also am still a firm believer that Tiger and his team, where we all want to just see him with the epic, big, immediate comeback win. I think we think that way as fans. I don't think Tiger and his team think like that.
Not at all.
We heard another thing through different sources saying that his sights are set on the 2023 Masters. No doubt. Tiger's sights in general are set on majors. Mm-hmm. Great to get a win on the PGA Tour again, all that stuff. But he's still hyper competitive. He still wants to add to his majors list, right? So I think he does. If he does play this year, miracle, unbelievable if he wins. But I think he'd be doing it. Get it back out there. Get that one, out. Get it, under the belt, so to speak, and then set the sights a year from now, fully recovered. Come at. I like it for a win in 2023.
I love it. And I think, and Zach and I were talking earlier this morning, and we were saying, if Tiger wins the Masters, if he plays and wins this year, is the GOAT debate over?
I'll tell you, it depends on I think no matter what, it's going to be the depend on the person. Because to me, the debate has always been over. I think the Tiger's the greatest to ever play the game.
There you go.
I understand all of the people and the points that are made about Jack, but I think what happens is people get entrenched one or the other, and they just say it just keeps.
It's generational too.
I think so too. I think the only thing that would take that away is the camp who always says that the one thing they keep coming back to is Jack has more majors. Total number of wins. I think if Tiger was able to do that and match or beat that record, it would take that one bit of ammo away. But there's people who loved Jack's style of play and what he did for the game in his generation. And there's people who loved what Tiger have done in his generation. I just think our generation, our age-wise, matches more up with Tiger. We saw it more firsthand.
Yeah.
So
you're right.
I don't know.
I feel like if Tiger comes back after his injury and after the doctors told him that he potentially wasn't going to be able to walk again, he might have lost a leg, amputation was on the board. I think if he comes back and wins, it's just going to be the greatest story in all of sports, basically of all time.
It's a huge story, no doubt. But I mean, look at these guys, these competitors, winners. These winners just win, man. Ever Google and look at the pictures from Hogan's car crash. I got hit by a bus.
Literally.
Honestly, those old cars, I don't know how they got him out of it. His legs were crushed. Yeah. He came back and won. Some of these guys, it's just how they do it. They've got something in them, some fire that the rest of us just don't have. I don't know.
Fire. By the way, Zach, go back to your video. I one of these days I want to get. Can we put the sim on in the background and see like Pebble Beach flowing behind you? I don't like looking at that gray. There it is. I don't like looking at that gray screen.
He looks like a hostage.
He does, right? He's got a green screen on the left and just a dead simulator screen.
Yeah.
All right. But yeah, hey, it'll be interesting to see. I think, honestly, I'll say this: if he does play, if we get an announcement in the coming days that Tiger's in the field, the internet is it's gonna be a wild party. The ratings are gonna be the best ever anywhere on anything.
You gotta think, no matter what, the Masters gets ratings, but you gotta think that the crew in charge of that has their fingers, toes solidly crossed. The Tiger's in it, because it bumps it up another level.
It definitely does. I think, by the way, guys, next week we're going to be doing an incredibly Masters-themed, packed podcast episode. Green Jackets are coming out. I think in honor of, is it next week?
Yeah.
It is next week.
Next week.
You're looking at me like the schedule's way off.
No, I'm
You're
thinking of something else.
Okay, he has something else thinking.
I'll tell you what I'm thinking about.
I think we go, we get some Sapporo and sushi. We got to celebrate the past champs dining.
Did we see his dinner yet? Did we see his?
I didn't see it.
I don't think they released it yet.
But I would love to get some Japanese food in here. It'd be nice.
Yeah.
You know,
big sushi guy.
Yeah, we'll get some sushi. I don't know if I go pimento cheese for the episode.
Come on, I love a good pimento cheese.
You can have both in one day.
Okay. Yeah. Are you kidding?
All right.
Of course I can. But what I'm thinking about, you talk about the ratings.
Yep.
Did you see the stat that came out that the PNC where Tiger played it with his son, which is kind of a little bit more of
the hit and giggle.
Yeah. What it wouldn't call it a super serious event, but it had a higher viewership than the Open Championship did.
Yes,
in total
correct.
view. Now, I understand the argument that everyone made was also the time difference for the Open, because being overseas here in the States, a lot of you don't get as high viewership naturally because it's on early in the morning, not prime time. But it just shows you how much Tiger changes things when it comes to ratings. So I think it'll be through the roof if he
I think
plays.
it's going to be incredible. It's going to be incredible. It's going to be even bigger than the Oscars. And Frank's going to tell you in a minute why he thinks the whole entire Will Smith thing was fake.